And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the office. Welcome again to your new favorite YouTube channel, White Cat Comics. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, I have my amazing first guest ever, Chris Evans. Yay! Welcome, Chris, to the channel. I'm so happy to have you here.
Well, I'm glad to be here. It's just very nervous.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, me too. Like, I don't know how to do this with the screen. I'm just showing this stream thing, but I actually, wait a second. I don't even know what I'm doing. Wait. Okay. Yeah, it's my first time doing this with a guest, so poor Chris, you have to deal with this. But anyway, we were talking before with Chris, and he's actually going to be launching his YouTube channel soon. So yeah, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about your plans with your YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, I guess for people who might know me, I'm just Chris Evans there on the Twitter. I do a lot of promoting of books and stuff, but for those, yeah, I'm planning on doing a YouTube channel, and I was thinking about doing maybe comic book reviews or interviews with creators, and I was hoping to do a morning show for, like, say, Comicsgate folks and everything, like a live stream.
But yeah, that's just so cool. Like, you all know Chris. Chris is a great promoter. He is a really good guy. He always helps creators, and he's just a great guy. So yeah, let's give it a follow. I already follow Chris Evans on YouTube. So yeah, let's just do it. And also, Chris is a very proud backer of the Green Reaper. So talking about this, the Green Reaper had an update, I think yesterday, where of course we reached 2K. So now everybody who backed the Green Reaper will have a free pinup. So in the update, I told you guys that you can choose from these 3 pinups. Give me a second. This is one of the pinups you can choose from. This is Ezreal, the Angel of Death. You can also choose this other pinup, or maybe the Sexy Ladies. You can choose whatever you want, and I encourage you to reach to us and tell us which one you prefer.
Oh, you froze up for a
to
second.
fulfill, we're gonna be contacting. Oh crap!
Oh, you're fine now.
Okay. And now?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're good now.
Okay,
You're good now.
Good. Thank you, Chris. Good. Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna be contacting you guys to ask you which one you prefer. So yeah, that's basically it. And I wanna try. Well, I'm trying a lot of new stuff in this stream. You know, my first time doing this, it was like an extreme sport. I was drenched in sweat, like all red, like so nervous. No, I swear, guys. Yeah. It was horrible. But when I finished, I was like, I want to do it again. I want to do it again now. So yeah. Okay, so I'm still a little bit nervous, but anyway, I'm happy because I have Chris here with me. He's my first guest. Like, that's so special. I'm so happy to have you, Chris. And also, I'm gonna be working in this page from the Green Reaper live here on the stream. Okay. This page I have been inking like for 3 days, and this is the page in which we see Pandora for the first time. Pandora from the Pandora box. This is unfinished. These 3 panels, as you can see, the detail has nothing to do with this one. This is like the finished kind of detail I'm gonna give this page. And then this is unfinished, but I'm gonna do that on stream right now with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. And let me see.
Yeah, I think that's what won me over to back in the first Grim Reaper was when John was talking about all the references to historical figures and events and everything, and implementing them into the book. And since I have such a love for history, I was like, there's another one to the list.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of Greek mythology going on here. But like in my husband's own way of explaining stuff, he likes mixing actual myths with his own interpretation, and I believe that's very interesting, very fun. In this case, like, I wouldn't say this is exactly a beautiful page. Look at this horrible face. But yeah, like Pandora has been like rotting in hell for a lot of time. So that's basically the consequence of it. And this is like this kind of like fun horror, because I don't know, I think this kind of horror is not actually scary, but it's like fun. Like when you start seeing all this landscape, and the Green Reaper is in a quest. He's trying to find Pandora because he needs to find out who killed the immortal. So now we have like this fragile, like beautiful lady, and then bam, horrible face. um, so yeah, like the more detail I give this thing, the better, because it will look uglier, right? Um, so yeah, actually, I wanted to share something with you guys about the art of the Green Reaper. The first time around, well, let me put this way. I didn't even know like CG existed when I was illustrating the first one. So when we launched, without knowing anybody and stuff, we just did what we thought it would be best. And the first time when you're a first time creator, when, of course, this has to do with what I told you, like the last stream that we talked about trust and stuff. When you're a first time creator, like ever, and you have like no presence in YouTube or Twitter like we had that time, people won't trust you just because they want to. Some people will do, but not much, right? And we can't like be entitled to people's trust. So our priority was to fulfill Green Reaper 1 as soon as possible, because we wanted to show everybody that we are serious, that we are here for the long run, and that we are like serious creators. We are not here like just making money or whatever. So what we did was to, like, the time we took to produce Green Reaper 1 was like, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. And I want to double that in this book, which is Green Reaper 2. I want to double that. I want to take much more time to elaborate this, much more detail. For example, I have been spending like 3 days inking this page, and I used to take only 1 day, But I think it's gonna be worth it, because once the book is launched, it's gonna be a good quality forever, Still, we have like 3 months left for the fulfilling date for Green Reaper 2. So yeah, we're good with the dates. I'm not saying we're gonna take more time or anything, but yes, you're gonna be seeing like a big improvement in quality, because we're gonna be working much more harder. Yeah. I used to work with a freelancer. We hired a freelancer last time because I wasn't very confident in my Western style, to call it a way. I'm a manga artist. Like I always been drawing manga, and since I wasn't very confident about my Western style skills, I hired somebody to help me. But that just didn't work out very well. Now I'm just doing everything myself, and you will see the difference in the art. You will see it's still my style, but it has much more detail and much more work into it. And yeah, like, it's very inspiring when you see other creators in CG putting so much work on the pages that make you want to do the same. So there's this new sense of direction, to call it a way, and I want to do the best work ever. I want to do the best I can. So that's what the Green Reaper backers deserve. I'm just talking too much. Sorry, Chris. Like
No, you're fine. No, I mean, you're off to a good start. Like, I mean, like you said, you quickly fulfilled that first one. That shows that you guys are serious about this, and that people will get their books. You're not just screwing them around, and now it's just a matter of getting people to know who you are. Basically letting people know you exist and your book.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, like, when this kind of stuff happens, when somebody doesn't fulfill, or somebody like just doesn't fulfill the books, and that hurts every creators, but especially the small ones, because we really need your trust, because we are building. we're building our audience. We don't have like a big trajectory, so people are sure that we're gonna fulfill. Like, it's very frustrating because you're like, oh, of course I'm gonna fulfill. I'm serious. Like, I'm offended you don't trust me, but they are in all their rights because some people have just not do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand when people don't feel like the trust to back new creators like us. But well, that won't last forever, right? That won't last forever.
Yeah, I mean, like when that whole thing with Critias that all went down, I got really mad, and it wasn't just because I lost, some money or anything.
You back Critias.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it wasn't because of that. It was more because like I was like, well, this is gonna affect like you guys, Simon,
Yep.
yeah, all the people I care about. That's gonna make people hesitant.
Exactly. Yeah, and in all this social media stuff, you are constantly getting feedback from people. And we've been in a couple of shows, and we weren't making like that much sales. And they even told us like straight to our face, look, I like the project, it looks very fun, but I don't know if you're gonna fulfill, so I prefer not taking my chances. And that's just a reflection of, well, some bad experiences they may have had, or so they will think twice or three times before backing a new book.
Yeah, I've had a few people since I've crowdfunded that haven't either. I still haven't gotten a book. Oh, there's a lot of people I haven't got a book from yet, but there's a few of them that I haven't had an update on the campaign in like 6 months, and I've basically just been like, yeah, that's a lost cause.
Oh yeah. That's very that's hurting a lot, this whole crowdfunding stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, like we can like just keep being hurt about that stuff. There's just one of the creators out of how many that actually do the work. Yeah,
it's a small percentage, so I'm not gonna let it keep me from backing stuff that looks like it'll get funded or get fulfilled or something. But
well said.
Yeah. Oh, there's a hello to Soul Ion and Astra Meadow. They're in the chat.
Who's here? Let me check. Oh, hello guys. Hello. Welcome to the office. We're here having a good, nice talk with Chris. Hey Chris, and how long have you been around CG?
Oh gosh.
I like that.
It's been a long time. I can remember when Ethan was still doing his really early videos. I think it was before he was even in CG that I was working around.
That's so cool. And like how did you find it?
Just I've never knew anyone who liked comics growing up, all the way up until the internet. Like I didn't know anybody. I always got my books through yard sales and flea markets and stuff like that. So I used YouTube mostly for music and things like that, just background noise while I played games. So I got on that Comic Storian and Comics Explained, but I didn't really like the one guy because all he did was just tell you what was in the book. So I quit listening to him, and the other guy was already telling me stuff I already knew. So I started looking for other stuff, and that's how I found Captain Cummings. And I didn't like him.
Okay.
He came off kind of like he was always getting mad and all that stuff. I was like, So I just like, well, he's not my type of thing. And then I found your boy Zach. And I was like, well, he's all right. I found some of his stuff kind of funny. And then that's when I found Ethan. And it just kind of stuck with there. And then once they started, and I just kind of lurked around because I was like, well, they're complaining a lot about the books, but you don't have to read them. I was like, well,
you're right. That's the good part about freedom. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
if you don't like it, don't read it.
Yeah, I was like, well, you just don't have to read it. And then, but then when they started making books, I was like, all right, I can get behind this. And that's when I fully became CG, so to speak. And
that's awesome. And you were telling me you did a lot of backing. How many books have you backed so far?
I have 156 contributions.
My goodness! Wow. Well, that's really cool. That's really cool. And what's your favorite part of all these crowdfunding comics and all this CG community?
The people, for me.
People. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've never met anybody that liked comics. So getting to know people and it makes me feel like it's somewhere I belong.
Oh
If that
yeah.
makes any sense, you know.
Definitely, definitely.
And so these people, like I said, I've come to and feel like they're like family, and
Oh yeah.
and everything.
And you know, like I believe that this thing, I have always been a manga artist and a big, huge manga fan. However, I have the same problem. Like, I didn't know much people who like the manga, and I was well, sorry, I was always like the weird one that like the Japanese comics, you know. But actually, there's a lot of people that like it, but they don't say it. They are like under the rocks, and you slowly discover them. Like sometimes, like a workmate, you accidentally see, I don't know, a sticker or something, or a keychain, and oh, are you into this? Oh yeah, I'm a huge manga fan. Oh wow! But they
Yeah,
don't say it. People don't say, hello, I am Chris Evans. I'm a comic book fan. And like no, people don't say that. So you have to discover them, like
yeah.
Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, I live here, like in West Virginia, so everything's like in a small town, so it's all like about like football and farming and hunting and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
not a lot of comic book in here.
Oh, you're from a small town.
Yeah,
I come from a small town in a small country. Like it can get worse than that. So I totally understand you. And everybody has like this, like they have very similar taste in stuff. Like nobody it's not very common to have different hobbies or stuff. In a very close community, they tend to like the same stuff. For example, I come from Uruguay, right? In Uruguay, we are 3 million people. And yeah, you can count with the fingers of your hand, like the amount of comic creators or fan you have. Oh, what is this? Bye. So yeah, when you come, if you live in a big city, you will probably have access to conventions, or you can network easier. But from small places,
your camera went.
what?
Something happened to your camera. It fell or something.
Oh no. Like my camera is sticked with tape.
Oh. Well, if it works.
But I don't understand this camera. This doesn't have like a thing to attach to the computer. So I don't know how to attach it. So I just put tape and it always falls. Okay, we have some comments now. Okay, let me see. So, let me put this here. I prefer not being in the office at that time of the day. All right. There is something strangely compelling about Zach's delivery. Early on there have been having times where I watch each of his videos, not anymore. But he still has his moments.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
I'm the same way about that. Like I used to watch him a lot because I'd find it funny and stuff. But I usually shared his opinions on it, but now I don't really watch him anymore. I don't know if it's because like it's just retreading the same ground he's already covered, or if it's just lost its appeal or something. I don't know. I mean, if you like him, that's great, but I just kind of stopped myself.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many streams out there. Like,
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Yeah, you were right. You were right. Tell me.
Like, I think my thing is just I've kind of moved on and found kind of like my little niche of comics gate, I guess you'd say, like the group that I like, the people I like to watch and talk to, and everything, like you guys and Simon and all these other people, Tinfoil Hat Nick and stuff.
Oh, all great guys. All great guys, let me tell you.
Yeah, so I don't really, that's because there's so much, like you said, there's so many streams and videos and everything else going on. I don't really have time to watch something.
Exactly. That was what I was going to say. Like, even if you want to watch them, like you can't. And everyone that is streaming like stream for like 4 hours. So how
Mhm.
can you possibly do it? Like,
Oh yeah, that's like with Ethan. I don't watch him anymore, even really, because he's like on there for like 5 hours,
yeah.
um, and a lot of times I'm just kind of like, I'll just nope out, because then there's some times where it's like a lot of like how you say, the drama stuff a lot, and
Oh
uh,
yes.
sometimes I'll check in just to see what it's supposed to be about, and then I back out. But a lot of times I just don't even go in. It's not my thing.
Hmm. Yeah, now you have the variety to choose. If you like drama, you can watch drama, drama stuff, and if you don't want to, you still have your options. So that's
Yeah,
great. And every time there's more and more channels coming out in CG. Well, we are the perfect example of that. We are both new channels. Um, we can do like a 1 million subscriber party when we get there, Chris. I don't know what you think.
I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon.
I think we do. I think we do. We are hot, right? Okay.
I think
Well, there's nothing wrong with being confident, right? Okay, we're gonna do it, right? We're gonna do it. We're gonna celebrate together.
I think you have a better chance than I do.
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on.
You seem better
Like
at this.
great people, and good people, like with good intentions, doing this for the right reasons. Uh, they have a good chance at succeeding. That's what I think. Yeah, like we were talking with Chris before starting the stream. We actually took a lot of time to start it because we are new and we are all like nervous and stuff.
You,
But
you had to
yes.
calm me down.
Yeah, but I also needed it was really cool to have you on, Chris, because like that actually helped me, because at first I was planning to just do this program, this show, just working and talking with you guys, but there's only a limited time you can talk on your own. Like, when you have somebody else like there and making you company, that's so much better. That's so much better, and it makes it easier. So yeah, like, that's why I appreciate so much like your presence here, Chris. It's really cool. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I was going to say something, but I forgot. I told you I had a short attention span, but now I forgot. Now I remember. Sorry. Yeah, we were talking with Chris that now even more and more streams are appearing, shows in YouTube, because more and more people are like running away, not running away, but just don't want to listen to the radio anymore or to the TV, because I don't know, like you always have to question: is this fake news? I don't really trust these guys. They have so many like interests, like economic interests or political or whatever, and it's I don't know. It's like so easy to just be misinformed, because the problem is not that you don't get information, or instead you get like wrong information because it just fits the agenda of the TV channel or that you're watching. So more and more people are trying to just listen to people, normal people, just normal people that they won't be saying what they are paid to say. And I believe that's where people are starting to go now.
Yeah, I think people get tired of all the political and selfish, stuff that people are doing for their own selfish reasons, and all the political talk and stuff, and they just kind of want an escape. And so they can come
Exactly.
on here and they can talk to people that are on, so to speak, more grounded in, normal person reality here. Just talking and
Exactly.
hanging out and
Exactly.
stuff. And
Yeah, yeah. And I forgot. Sorry. I had something in mind, but I forgot.
but
I
it's what we were saying there. You're trying to color and talk at the same time, and you're trying
Yes,
to try to
not
do
easy, guys.
your brains
It's
kind of
not
separate.
easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe it's, for example, the early years of YouTube, it was like so like raw. I don't know,
Oh
like
yeah, it
you
was
could really
great.
trust. Yeah, it was awesome. You could really trust what they were saying. Nobody was paying them. Uh, they were just being themselves. Now that line is getting all blurry, because
Yeah,
now all the companies are trying to imitate YouTubers. At first, YouTubers were imitating companies. Now companies are imitating YouTubes. There are like there are some advertisements in YouTube that look like actual YouTubers. So you have to think twice. Like, what am I watching? Is this paid or not? Like, you have to actually start to do a lot of thinking. So that's not fun anymore. You know, you have to think too much, and I don't really want to think too much after a whole day of work. I just wanna hear something that I actually like, and not paid stuff. So now YouTube is so much different than in the beginning. So it's not so easy to trust anymore. I don't know. There's so many YouTubers that now are getting paid to promote stuff. So at first I knew that they were actually promoting stuff because it really worked or they really liked it. But now I know there's a lot of money involved. So people is starting to like evade that now, and people is gonna try to escape that paid stuff, and get like the natural content, and it's always gonna be like Tom and Jerry kind of persecution, because the companies will always try to go where people go,
Yeah.
and people is always searching for just natural talk, natural content.
Yeah, something more organic. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's actually what I was going to say before you did, was about how like early YouTube used to be kind of like the Wild West, where anything kind of went,
Yes.
and it was always something new and exciting or something going on that you just couldn't, it was really something you really look forward to. And now my fear is that it's gotten more and more increasingly more kind of mainstream and corporate. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like that worry, because now you've got like what is it, like the late night shows and all this being advertised heavily by YouTube, that they're trying to kind of like become the new cable TV or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. So like it's a very interesting time in history we're living right now.
Mhm.
Very very different to what we know. I don't know. For example, school systems are made for trying to survive in a world that is not like that anymore. The school system makes you study, use your memory, like to study information. And what's the point of learning information if you can get it that easily on the internet? Now
Yeah.
you need to be more prepared for solving problems, for
Yeah.
creativity. There's
Yeah.
different skills that now are the ones that count, and not that's outdated.
Yeah.
And everything is changing so much, and it's hard to survive in a world where information is just excessive. Now you don't have to try to learn and acquire more knowledge, but to learn how to filter and to make the difference from the fake and trash content from the actual good one. You can read a whole article on the internet about something, and maybe the source is not trustworthy. Maybe it's all crap.
Oh, you got more comments from Soul.
What? Sorry?
Yeah, the Soul Ion has more comments on the
Oh,
chat.
I love Soul Iron. He's always commenting and okay.
He's being a
He's saying,
jokester.
thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Indeed, a lot of arguments are repeated over and over, and there are also comics and pop culture that just aren't interesting. In that case, I'd rather watch Grade Point 5, Red Valkyrie, etc. Well, those are great shows. Those are really great shows.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, why isn't the stream sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the hottest pay-to-win game on mobile phone? I don't know, Chris. You tell me.
Rage.
You're the gamer here. You're a gamer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And what games do you play?
Well, right now I do mostly PC, but I've had, oh my gosh, I think the first thing I played was a Coleco or a Commodore 64, and then it was an Atari, and just all the way up through the consoles. But now I'm mostly a PC gamer.
All right.
A lot of strategy games and different stuff.
What's your favorite game?
Oh gosh, it came out in the 90s. It was an old game.
Doesn't matter. It still counts.
It's an old strategy game, strategy
Mhm.
slash simulation, and you were like the king. You were a king of like this like fantasy kingdom like thing.
Mhm.
It was kind of like a D&D esque world. So
Okay.
you would have to build buildings and recruit heroes, but the heroes had their own that you didn't directly control them. They had their own wants and needs and desires and stuff, and they'd go do whatever they wanted to do. So you just kind of had to try to kind of guide them with these little flags, these little bounties you'd put up and stuff like that.
Okay. Sounds interesting. And do you
Yeah.
still play?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've put so
That's
much
nice.
time into that game.
Yeah, the classics, they never die.
Oh man.
I have a story with video games. Like I'm not a gamer or anything. I once I once tried World of Warcraft, the WoW game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know, my boyfriend at that time, he gave me as a gift. Okay, I'm gonna give you a subscription to this game. And I was like, oh no, come on, I don't play video games. Like, I just give me some chocolate already. But but I actually started playing. He told me, okay, I'm gonna guide you. And we played online. He was like in a horse, I don't know. And he like guided me to different missions, and I started getting hooked into it. I really liked it. And I remember he gave me that subscription in October. And that October, I think it was October of 2016, it was a hole in my life, a hole, like a dark hole. I don't remember anything about that month except for me playing World of Warcraft. Nothing else happened in my life. My life was just
Yeah. Yeah.
waking up, playing, sleeping, playing, sleeping, playing. That, and oh my goodness. When the subscription ended, of course I was really sad because I was very proud dark elf, arcane mage, whatever. But I realized, like, what did I do with my life this whole month? I feel like this month
Hmm.
I lost it. Like I lost this month in my life. So I can't control myself. I'm very extreme. Like when I really like something, I can't think of anything else. I'm an Aries, that's why I'm like that. I can't like control myself with stuff I like. So I have to cut it. Just cut it. Don't play never again because you can't control yourself. It's when you buy a bag of chips and you can't stop eating them. So that's my experience with World of Warcraft. Then I tried playing. I love this game. It's an RPG. I'm trying to remember the name. I forgot. Oh, I love it. Wait,
Oh, what's it about?
it's an RPG. There was Tarja. She was a dark maid. I was the name. I can't believe I forgot it. Let me see if somebody in the comments got it. Like it Astra says, yeah, World of Warcraft. WoW is time consuming. Yeah, it's definitely very time consuming. So Ian is saying, I mentioned Raid Shadow Legends because they specifically pay YouTubers to advertise. Kind of shady and cringy too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
they're all over the place. I think Raid
yeah,
Shadow.
and you feel it's like forced. It's not organic. It's not natural. So they are talking about, I don't know. Video games, comics, and then, oh look, this is my new bag of lettuce. Buy it now. It's really 100% organic, and I eat lettuce every day. What that's it does it has nothing to do with your channel. But well, I think they pay really well to make you do that stuff. But anyway, like it's boring. Like I wouldn't like sacrifice the trust of like people that watch the channel for that. But that's just me. Um, yeah, we were talking about WoW. No, I'm trying to remember the name of this game. It was like battle game.
Battle game. Hmm.
I can't wait to play Elder Scrolls Grimoire. It looks awesome. Well, I'm sorry, Astra. I have no idea about games in general, but we are happy to have a gamer here in the stream. So that's your responsibility now, Chris.
Yeah, I started playing WoW. God, what was that? Burning at the beginning of Burning Crusade, at the end of Vanilla, And yeah, mine was the same way as yours, where it was like, uh, you know, playing it just all the time
Mm.
and being like, just that would be your whole day and stuff like that until finally I started getting burned out. I would take long breaks and then jump back in and out and in and out. So,
Mm.
and then finally I couldn't do it anymore until like Sarah came into, and Sarah wanted me to play it, and I played it for a long time with her before I finally said I can't do it anymore.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
Look, the game I'm trying to remember is a Nintendo DS one. It's a like a war RPG
Hmm.
game.
An RPG for the DS. Was it? Is it a Fire Emblem?
Yes, Fire Emblem. I love it. I love Fire Emblem.
I've never got. That was one. Yeah, that was one I wanted to play, but I never got to.
Well, it's
Is it?
really good. It's really good, but it wasn't that traumatic because I could finish it like in a way shorter time. Because in WoW, you don't. There's no end there. You just keep playing and playing and playing. And I'm a very I'm like a little girl. I'm a very like sensible person, not sensitive person. Like it's so easy to hurt my feelings. And I remember we were like doing like raids and this kind of group stuff in online games, and they called me like bad stuff because I was learning. I wasn't like that good. I wasn't attacking that good, and they were like, "Oh, this Meg is shit. I take her out."
Yeah.
And I was like crying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was
It can get really bad. Like I used to play like Call of Duty and stuff on the Xbox, and you couldn't go one match without having somebody cut you out and call you all kinds of slurs and stuff.
yeah. And that like the silly part is that actually hurt my feelings. So I was like,
Mm.
oh, yeah. I'm like a little girl. I love Frozen. It's my favorite movie. Like I was drinking in a Frozen cup a while ago, but I just took it to the dishwasher. But yeah, I love all this kind of stuff. Like um, very childish movies and stuff. I don't know. I just love that. And here in CG, I've been to a lot of streams and stuff, and they are like badass heroes and attacks and blood and I'm like, oh, but that's a little scary for me. I'm like a baby. But yeah, I understand that most people like that. Sim, Sim Potier, he invited me to be a core member of CG Manga, which I'm really, really happy to be there. But
Oh yeah, I'm in the green room too for that.
yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And they always like review these animes from the 80s and classics and really good animes. But I see all those like blood showers, and I'm like, oh no. I'm very like it's not impressive the word, but when you like um, things that wouldn't like shock everybody like shock you. Like I'm very easy to shock with stuff,
Yeah,
with blood and with you know.
yeah.
I wasn't like that before. I was a huge horror movie fan in the past in my 13s. But now I just can't watch it anymore. I don't know if I just turned old or what happened to me.
Oh, oh, I can relate to that. Like I used to be able to handle pretty much everything, like really nasty smells or just really gory stuff on the screen, or
Yes,
like
and
really really sad things. And now like if there's something really sad, like something happens like to a little kid or something like that, I feel a little lump in the back of my throat.
yes,
Or I'm like,
yes.
that's sad.
And I actually like feel bad after
Yeah.
that, and I have nightmares. So yeah, I'm just sticking to Disney Plus. I'm watching Frozen and and How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah,
Like
I don't go so far as the nightmares. The only nightmares, I guess, you'd call them nightmares I have, is I have a lot of dreams about my dad now, since he
mhm,
passed.
mm.
But other than that, I'm clear on
But
the sleeping.
are they good dreams or not so good?
I would say they're good.
Oh, then he's just
Yeah,
visiting you.
it's just
That's cool.
it's him wanting me to come sit with him, and he's smiling.
That's
So
so nice. That's so nice.
yeah, and then I wake up.
That's really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Sorry about that. Bring the stream down there a little.
no. It actually makes me think because uh, lots of time in your dreams they visit you. Like I know I sound like a crazy grandma or something, but
No.
it actually happens. It actually happens, and that makes me so happy. Like even after people die, uh, you can still have contact with them. And I don't care what you say, guys. If you don't think the same as me, I'm the living proof that that happens. You can actually like contact them after they die. So that's a glimmer of hope. Like
Yeah. That's how I kind of view. I'm like, well,
yes,
I hope he's still, his soul's still around or up in heaven and stuff, so he can look down and
yes,
see I got my own place and I'm taking care of mom and everything. And
yes. And I'm really sure that there's something like we don't just die. We don't just die. There's something else going on there. It's maybe very appropriate for the Green Reaper stream to talk about that. But no, seriously, there's stuff going on there, and we can only like um what's the word like guess
yeah,
what's happening, but there's definitely something going on. It doesn't just end like that.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, like for example, here in the comic, we talk about that the death is the protagonist, but there's a whole thing around here. There's a whole balance in the universe going on, and it's not just people leaving the world for anything. They all go to a place. Um, I don't know. It's something that if it's an idea, the idea of death, something that if you talk about it correctly, it can be wonderful to talk about it. I understand it's something like kind of hard sometimes, especially when you have somebody very dear to you that just died or something like that. Like me, it happened to me last year. I lost my grandma, and that actually makes you think about death a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
And you know that everybody's going to die. Like there's no exception. Death
yeah.
doesn't
It's
discriminate.
it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. So why do we have to be so scared about? Why do we
Yeah,
have to be scared about death if it's something as natural as a birth, you know? But we as humans we have problems dealing with that because of course we're used to having somebody in our lives and then it's not there anymore. And we have to deal with that. So we know that from the perspective of the people living, right? The perspective of somebody that is living and somebody dies, of course, is the perspective of a lose when you lose something. So that's why we, of course, associate with something very bad. But maybe it doesn't have to be that bad. Maybe there's so much more that we don't know happening, you know?
yeah,
That's something we talk a lot with my husband. He always likes to talk about this kind of stuff. And he always likes to talk about, okay, if I die, what are we going to do? And I'm like, oh, don't even talk about that. That's horrible. And he's like, yeah, but we have to talk about this.
yeah,
But it's true. It's true. Like, what are we going to do? And or if you die, what are we going to do? Like, okay, we're going to do this and that. And it's horrible to talk about this kind of stuff.
yeah.
But
It's not fun to think about, but you kind of got a plan for it, I guess.
yes, and I also don't think, like, I don't know, when I start thinking on my own, like, why are we even like that scared of that? Like we shouldn't be. Of course,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
very understandable that we don't like it, but we have to get to terms with it because it's something natural. I don't know. I believe that the terrible part of it is that we just don't know what's happening next, and that we have as humans we have a very huge intolerance to not knowing something, to not knowing what's going to happen. The uncertainties we can't tolerate uncertainties. When you think too much about like the meaning of life, you get frustrated, of course. But well, this is a very deep stream, as you can see, guys.
oh,
This turned
before
out very deep.
not to break anything up, but Froggo's in the chat.
I love it. Hello, Frogo.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I'm in
Franco.
here, Ryan.
Welcome. Look, I love this stream. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I love this comment. I agree. Bodies are just vehicles, and the spirit goes on. I share that with you, Astra. I think you're very right about that. There's a lot of, my husband likes to talk about that stuff a lot. That's why he wrote the Green Reaper in first place. And there's a lot of, that when I first finished reading the Green Reaper one, because of course I draw it, I illustrate it and everything, but I never read it until it's finished. It will sound weird, but I do that. I don't read it until it's finished. I just read like line by line to draw it, and then as a reader, not as an illustrator, as a reader, I try to read it. And it was like kinda, it left me with a sense of like hope, of like not seeing like death as bad as it should be. I don't know. I just felt like there was something uplifting in the message, uh, like death is not bad. He's not a bad guy. He's just doing what he has to do to restore the order in the universe. So it's just one more of the things that happen every day in the day of the living. Like a plant, one day is alive and one day it dies. It shouldn't be like that traumatic, but we take it as a very bad thing, and that as if death is something really bad we have to evade at all costs. It's a very deep philosophical thing that maybe in some cases, death can be, well, it's horrible to say this, but sometimes people are suffering so much, but so much, that death can actually be saving them from suffering,
Yeah, that's how my dad was. He
Mhm.
was in so bad of shape that that at that point when he took his final breath, that it was probably for the best.
Yes, definitely. And we, of course, we always have this kind of idea that we have to keep people alive the most we can. We don't care if it's suffering, if it's having a very bad time. We don't care. Just has to be alive. That kind of mindset. I don't think it's good. I believe, as you said, Chris. It was for the best. Like I don't know. It's a very delicate thing to talk about. So I'm sorry if it's like too,
No,
but like I really agree with that mindset you have, because there's no point in being alive if you're suffering and if you're having a horrible time. So yeah, I agree with that.
the cancer was at that point, it was through his spine, through his liver, kidneys, through
Yeah. Yeah, it must be.
he was in really bad shape, and it was pray for the best, and yeah, I just miss him.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm very happy to hear that you were saying that he's visiting you in your dreams, and that's the best. That's the best, because he's present. He's present, and it's not just a dream. All this whole thing about dreams, it's maybe a connection to somewhere else we don't know, or that more advanced scientifics or something, they don't want to let us know that we can actually access some other places in our sleep. So it's really, I really believe you are communicating with your father in your dreams. I always talk about this other thing too, because I don't think that dreams are just dreams. I believe they're actually like a portal to somewhere else. We are, as humans, are like antennas receiving information from different places. We are actually so powerful. For example, my husband, I always explain this. My husband creates all this stuff in his dreams. All his stories are created in his dreams. But he's like, I don't know if it's me writing. Maybe something or somebody else is telling me what to write, and I just do it. That kind of connection with something else we don't know. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. We talk about this stuff a lot, and there's so much stuff that I don't think that are unknown to humanity. I just believe that to keep us controlled, this whole conspiracy thing. But I really believe that more powerful people don't want us know what we can actually do. Um, so all these mysteries of life and death, maybe they are not that mysterious, and we just don't know.
Yeah,
But we, sorry, yes.
it's hard to tell what all the higher ups in the world have hidden from normal man.
Yes, yes, but they can lie to us for much longer because we know this stuff. We can communicate with people that is not here anymore in our dreams. We get ideas in our sleep, like somebody's talking to us. Like, I don't know. It's a very like wide thing to talk about, spiritual journey, whatever. But there's much more out there that we don't know or that they don't want us to know. So yeah, I believe it's a very interesting thing. Um, and my husband has very interesting theories. I always talk about him, but he's at work now, so he can join the streams. But I definitely want to do a show with him and talk about all this stuff because he has a very interesting insight in this kind of stuff. And also, there's a lot of things in mythology that explain what we feel and what we see with our own. Well, maybe not with our eyes, but in our minds, we know we can communicate with something else.
Yeah. You creative types always have such interesting discussions when it comes to like the arts and spirituality and all these different things. It's always interesting to hear and listen what you all have to say.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see if there. I have lucid dreams pretty often. Oh yeah, Frogo, that's very right. Like that's another thing that is very interesting because you can actually decide what to do in your dream. It's like, okay, I'm dreaming. I'm gonna use that door and not that door because last time I went in that door, I didn't like it, so I'm gonna go that. And you're actually making decisions. So it's like you are like transport, like you're how you say, you're transported, teletransported, like Goku, to a different world. And I don't know, it's just so cool, and you actually experience it. So how can somebody else tell you that doesn't happen when you actually experience it, right?
I've never had a dream like that where I can control myself in the dream.
I had it once, and it was
I've never had
awesome.
that. Every time I'm in a dream, I can see what's going on. I see myself, and I'm still thinking. I can still think, but I have no control over what's happening.
Yes. That tends to happen too. Like it depends on the person. So they recommend you to have lucid dreams. That's like an ability, to call it a way, right? So Frogo, you are among all of us. I once had a lucid dream, and it was so fun. Like I wanted to do it again. But there are like recommendations to actually have that. Is that you, when you are falling asleep, like concentrate uh, on the fact that you already dreamed that or that you have the control over that. It's a very hard thing to do, but you can learn it. There's actually a way to learn it. You can travel with your conscience, and it makes a lot of sense that all these monks and stuff, they spend so many hours meditating and stuff, and they actually like go places with their minds. And I believe that's how it works. That's just how it works. But we don't we don't train that ability. I believe we all have that ability, but we don't train it. And I believe it's just a matter of getting interested in the matter and trying to do it and practicing. I'm saying this because this is gonna sound a little weird to you guys, but there's a thing called like clarividence. I don't know if that's a word in English. Like when you can see stuff. Well, I don't have that. I hear stuff, and I actually hear messages. I don't know where it comes from. I just hear messages, and sometimes there are premonitory messages and things actually happen. And so I am very sure there's something we don't know going on there, and that we all have the ability. Like I remember I tried to put some work into it. Like, okay, I believe in hearing messages. How can I get better at this? And I practiced. I learned a little bit of like ways of doing it. It of course depends on having a lot of meditation and a state of mind that you are relaxed and stuff, and you can actually get to that kind of stuff. And when you get to talk, nobody talks about this, but when you start talking about this stuff, there's always people saying, oh yeah, I had that experience when, or my grandma could, I don't know. It's something that happens to everybody, but nobody talks about, like a taboo, if you want to name it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This is a very weird stream. Sorry, guys. We have very philosophical things going on today. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It say that you can get really weird dreams from licking frogs, but I don't think I'll try that. Oh, that's actually like Frogo, watch out.
Yeah, look out, look out.
No, but that's actually because of this DMC. It's like a carcinogen drug you get that frogs actually have here. That's actually a thing. So if you ask me, yeah, that's actually a thing. So I believe it has something to do also with the acid that also has levels of DMC and stuff. Clairvoyance, yeah, that's the word, sorry. Then we have Astra saying, I had a lucid dream a couple of times. Once I was in Paris at the Eiffel Tower. Fun! I was doing a lot of meditation and was working on my chakras. There you have it. There you have it, guys. So...
Oh, that sounds like Astra knows what she's talking about then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like you need her on the stream than me for this conversation.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost in the hour mark, so I believe I'm gonna make a little stop here. So yeah, first of all, I'm gonna share with you guys the page I'm working on. This is Pandora's page. As you can see, like in an hour, I just did a couple of rocks. So to put it into perspective, like this would take, I don't know how much, but the rest of this day and probably tomorrow, and after that I will be able to color. So yeah, it's very time consuming, but yeah, hey, I'm very happy to do this with you guys on stream, with Chris, who has been an awesome guest. Thank you so much, Chris, for joining me today.
I see what you mean about sweating a lot and everything.
Yes. This should be a sport in the Olympics, like live streaming for the first time. Yeah, I'm just like you. I'm all like drenched in sweat. It's so horrible. I just had took a shower and I have to do it again. So basically, it's horrible. Guys, don't forget to check the Green Reaper 2. This is the comic I'm working on right now. This comic is gonna be fulfilling in June of this year. We have Green Reaper 2. This is issue 2. You can actually get issue 1 and 2, and also a spin-off. I'm gonna be talking about the spin-off in next stream. So yeah, give this campaign a check. I'm gonna be talking more about this in the future. So yeah, if you back this, and we're already in the 2K, so every backer will get for free one of these pinups you're seeing here, number 1, number 2, and number 3. You will have one of these for free. You can choose whatever you want. So yeah, give this campaign a chance. I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Well, I did have a question.
Sure.
About your campaign. The drone tier. How's that work?
The drawing tier. Oh yeah. We only have 5 spots in that drawing tier. We already sold out 3, so we only have 2 left. We're gonna draw you in the comic. And Chris, you got it. You got the drawing tier. So Chris is gonna be a part of the story of the Green Reaper story, and I already drew the page, and I'm so excited to show you. Like in this comic, when you get the drawing tier, you are gonna.
Oh no, it froze. Oh, right when you were telling it. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Right when you were answering the question.
Oh wait. It froze, right?
I think you're back now.
Okay, I'm back
I
now.
think.
I remember I told you, like, when I remove the screen share, it freezes, and when I add the screen share, it freezes too. So well, the important thing is that we're back. But yeah, Chris, I am so happy to tell you this. The pages, you're appearing 2 pages, okay? And in a lot of panels, and you are called by your name. You're called Chris Evans. If you want to change that, you can change that. What we're offering in this tier is that you get to be a part of the book. You get to be a character in the book, and you are named by somebody so everybody knows it's you. Okay. So I am so excited. I'm gonna talk to John and ask him, John, can I spoil this? Or I don't know, it depends on you, Chris, if you want me to show this.
No, it's fine with me.
Okay, because I believe it must be very like fun to just open a book. You know you're a part of the book, but you don't know how, when, where. You don't know anything. You're just reading, and then, oh, that's me.
When I was when I first got into comics was when I was just wee tiny in primary school, and I didn't know how to read. So I started learning through a stack of my great aunt's comic books she gave me, and it had like the first appearance Shade the Changing Man. It had Road Trooper, Doom Patrol, Metal Men, some couple Spider-Men, and I learned through a combination of that and sugar cubes. if I learned right, Miss Schwanebart would give me a sugar cube, and I'd be like, oh.
Sounds good.
It worked. And so that's what got me into comics.
That's what matters, right? That's what matters. Like we all have our own way to do stuff, I believe. Like not all the stuff has to be done the same way. It applies to comics. I have a very weird a very weird way of working. So you guys are going to see my weird coloring way. I don't do like flat colors or anything. I just it's a very free way of color to call it a way, but it works. That's what matters. Okay, Chris, you're okay with me sharing? I'm so excited. I'm just gonna ask John to see if I can share it in stream. And yeah, we have three people that back the drawing tier in the Green Reaper, and yeah, so 3 people are gonna be named and appearing in the story, and we have 2 spots left. So if you want to be a part of the Green Reaper too, just do it.
See, getting myself in there kind of fulfills like a little dream I always had. I always seen like the names on the comics, and I was like, oh wow, these guys. Yeah, I kind of viewed them like people view rock stars. Like they're way up here.
Come on.
So kind of like now it's like, yeah, now I'm in the books now.
Of course, you're the rock star now. Yeah, and that's something so cool about CG and in the comics, and you actually get to talk to creators and to backers, and it's a constant feedback. Yeah. Everybody's like talking one to another, so it's very enriching for us as creators, because we are constantly in touch with you guys, and we know what you like, what you don't like, what you think, your doubts, everything. You can ask everything you want, because we're going to be here. Like, just ask. We're here.
I couldn't imagine, as a kid, being able to talk to like Jim Lee or Mark Silvestri or Marv Wolfman or any of these guys, and now I'm getting to talk to creators all the time.
That's mind-blowing. It's amazing. It's amazing what technology can do. If you use it wisely, you can do amazing things with technology. So I was going to say something, but forgot.
It's my fault. I keep interrupting you.
No, not at all, not at all. You've been helping me so much. Um, you've been helping me so much to do this. I believe this is a matter of practice. We are getting more used to all this stream stuff every time, more and more and more. Surprisingly, StreamYard is so easy to use. I don't know why I thought it was like such a hard thing to do. Like, but it's not that hard. It's it's a very intuitive software to use. So yeah, you have a limit of 6 guests per show. That's why some people prefer to use OBS.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just love StreamYard, and it's free, because I thought you had to pay for it, but no, you don't. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, at least if nothing else, StreamYards is good for when you get started, because you're not going to have more than 6 guests on when you first get going.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know. I really like to have like one-on-one conversations. I don't like it when it's too crowded, because I don't know. It's just my personal preference. I like to go, as I always tell you guys, I like to go deep into stuff, to talk about, to really dedicate the time it needs. And this is a deep reflection we had with my husband when we were watching Kill Bill the other day. And we were watching Kill Bill, and there weren't that many stuff in the screen. Like we bought this really huge screen the same day of the fire. My husband was buying the TV.
Wow.
But we still have it. But it's a huge TV, okay? And you can see every little detail in 4K. And in this movie, there's not much stuff to watch. It's just the character and the action, but you don't have that many details, and that actually helps you so much to concentrate in what's going on.
Yeah.
And there was like some reggaeton Latin music video we watched after it finished, and there was so many stuff going on at the same time, and everything quickly, and you don't even have time to process what you're watching. But the only thing your brain identifies is, okay, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of money, that's a hyper production. That's the only thing you need to know. You don't need to appreciate that little detail in the dress of the person who's singing. No, nothing. It's just, there's a lot of stuff going on. We want you to think we have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of money. We have a lot of resources. Just keep that idea in mind. That's the only thing we care about. So where is the time to appreciate stuff? Now it doesn't matter what you're watching, but the quantity of stuff you're watching and the money involved, and numbers, flash. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the movie my husband was watching, but he was like, I can't watch this anymore. This looks like a trailer, like an hour and a half long trailer. These really fast action scenes, I don't even get time to know what's happening anymore. And it's not a matter of being smart or not, or this is fast and I can do things faster than everybody else. No. It's just a matter of appreciating, of why is Kill Bill such a great movie? Like, I told my husband, this movie is amazing, but why? And we thought maybe because we have time to process the stuff that is happening, because we have time to make our own thoughts. And we have this really cool, when they introduce a character, they don't say much, but they show you the character walking, really cool music, bam. And simple, but what's necessary is going on. And everything is very well thought. And every word they say is crucial for the story. So you know that when you pay attention to it, you're actually gonna get something in return. It's not just for the sake of showing superficial material stuff. There's a point in showing you something. So you actually do the effort to try to figure out, and you invest all your mind in the movie. And that's something that is not happening anymore. It's not happening anymore. They just want to show, blah, 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 and this overwhelming stuff, too much information. That's typical stuff in now, this era, right?
Yeah, yeah, nowadays it's all like, high budget, flashy effects all over the
Yes,
screen where so
and
people just
shallow.
go in, they sit down, they turn off their brain, and they just kind of consume it, and then they go, oh, that was nice. There was lots of effects and flashy lights, and then they move on to the next thing. There's not as much of a good slow burn movie that engages you and
Exactly.
engages your brain and stuff.
Exactly, and you invest emotionally in that kind of movies because
Yeah,
you actually feel part of it. And also another thing that I hate in nowadays movies is the constant references, constant
yeah,
reference to restaurants, to pop culture, to
yeah.
singers, to other movies. Like, so no movie is good enough to be a reference in itself.
Oh, you went out again.
They have to. No, it's still. Oh well, blood flow,
There we
make me
go.
like wow and rant, and then the camera rants and sorry, it's working now.
Uh, I think it's working. Maybe you're you're lagging up.
Oh come on, and now
Uh, I don't know. I think it's starting to work. You're just lagging really bad
I
and stuff on
hate
the
that.
screen.
I hate that. Let's just see this comment from Saul. Fast cuts and flat stuff are popular tools to cover a lackluster experience nowadays.
Yeah,
Well
I can
said.
agree with that.
Very
Yeah.
well said. I totally agree. When you don't have actual creativity or talent, you have to get to slow motion.
Start doing the robot.
Yeah, the slow-mo robot. I have my dance moves. Good movies are very rare nowadays. I love the new Joker. Whew, that was a great movie.
Yeah,
What do
that
you
was
think,
a good
Christopher?
one. Yeah, yeah, Sarah got me into had made me watch that one, and because I don't watch a lot of movies nowadays because I just can't get into them,
Same.
and I watched that one and I really liked it. It was really good, as long as I ignore that it's a comic book movie,
Oh yeah.
because I don't like the comic book movies because I'm so attached to the comics and everything, and then like the first Captain America movie I really liked. But I think I watched the first Avengers, didn't care for it, and I haven't really watched none all the others after that. I just haven't been interested in. Don't really like the humor stuff that gets put in it, and all the like flashiness, and just I don't know, just doesn't have like the same feel as the comics to me.
Yes. Yes, and this comment is so on point. This comment from Saul Ian. Like they try to hide the lack of content with overwhelming you with
Yeah,
scenes and production and money and numbers, and it's
yeah,
like words but not actual content. So when you actually get a good movie, of course it's from the past. Most normally Joker is a good one too, but you like that actually makes you think. And we as creators, we are responsible for creating good content like that and to actually connecting to the source of what we're doing this. Are we doing this for the money? No, not really. If we want money, we will be working like in a day job, because seriously, I spend the whole day drawing the comic, and well, still it's a long-term investment, but it's still not making me gain any money. And we are selling the comics like in a very low price. We're selling like 3 books for $30, so we're not making much of it. And we're good with it. We're good with it because we actually feel satisfied with just the fact of creating it, and having the platform to show it to everybody, and that you guys read it, and you commenting and doing like all these cool feedbacks. That's the point of everything. Of course, we're not gonna be working for free the rest of our lives. Of course, that things are going to evolve, but you can never forget why you're doing it in the first place. And I believe that's very important for every creator that is watching. Like, of course, I'm a newbie. I'm in no place to be like lecturing anybody or anything. But I see very often people.
Oh, well. We're gonna get some more slow motion Carla. Probably.
Getting all. I'm back, right?
Oh yeah, that one recovered pretty quickly there.
I StreamYard has a detector. Get too excited to boom, freeze it. Freeze that girl. Shut up.
Yeah, I wonder why it keeps doing
They're trying
that
to
to
censor me, ban me. No, I'm kidding.
You're being
I
canceled.
love to rant and to, I'm a hot person. So when this is like, ugh!
StreamYards don't like your controversial opinions.
No, they don't support my opinions. But well, I was saying something and I forgot because I forget easily. Okay, I forget, and I hate it. I was going somewhere. Yes, future creators, don't make your motivation the numbers in Indiegogo campaigns because you're probably not gonna get huge numbers. Okay, your motivation has to be the love for what you do, and you need the voice and the expression. That's why you do it, because you're an artist, you're a creator, and I screenshot that one. Thank you, Froggy. Mwah. Froggy, after these streams goes viral, everybody's gonna try to leak you. So take care, okay?
Well, Froggo is gotta watch it now because now we're on equal footing. Now I've been in a stream like him, so
Aha! You have competition, Froggo.
We're on equal footing again.
We're gonna have to invite Froggo and do some wars here. Some competition. I love competition. Okay, your movements are too high def for the bandwidth. Okay, I have no idea how to make me more pixelated. I'm gonna try that.
StreamYard couldn't handle your dance moves.
I'm gonna do a dance stream soon, so whoever wants to join, you can come on. I love this. I'm so happy. I don't know.
That's you and Froggo, that stream.
Okay, Froggo just sent me a photo. I'm scared.
Oh no.
I'm scared. Okay, then we have this comment. What chicanery is this? I don't know. I don't know that word. What is that, Optimus? Please explain to me. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for being here. What does that word mean? Please explain to me. Hi, Optimus. Yeah, hell. Well, yeah, it was a good reflection to end the stream. Love what you do and do it because you love it.
Yeah.
Epic phrase from me. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. Chris, you wanna say something to our very kind, beautiful, sexy watchers, very handsome watchers?
Well, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, my @ is Kino Subway, and if I'm also on YouTube, should be Chris Evans, I do believe. So subscribe to me there. I probably should change my name on there. I feel like because there's probably a lot of Chris Evanses or something.
But you are the Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
Forget about that actor. He's nobody.
Yeah, but don't put the Kino Subway as a name because Subway makes me think of sandwiches and that makes me hungry. And I'm on a diet. I started my diet like 3 days ago. I started working out and everything. And all these whole stream things are making me sweat a lot too. So I probably lose a lot of weight just by streaming.
That's what I need. I need to start exercising too. I'm starting to get a belly like my dad. So I need to cut back.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a fitness stream soon. I do figure skating. I'm a figure skater, and I really love that. It's weird, I know, But I already told you I'm like a little girl, so all that kind of stuff is very fun to me. Let me see. Chicanery means, I don't know if my pronunciation is good. It means underhanded dealings. Just saying that because Chris showed his face, even though I've already seen it in artwork. Lol. Well, Chris is my first guest. Nobody will ever take that away from you. You're my first guest in my stream, and yeah, you're also doing a face reveal in my stream, so I feel very special
Yeah.
because you did that in my stream. Nobody can take that away from me too either. My English is starting to, that's because I'm hungry. So yeah, guys, don't forget to check the Green Reaper 2, which is live in Indiegogo. I'm gonna keep working on streaming. If you liked it, I don't know, just tell me if you like seeing me work like live in the stream, or coloring, or I don't know what you want to see. Thank you for coming by. I love you guys. Thank you, Chris, for coming by, and mwah, huge kisses to everybody. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.